Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to our first session in teaching writing through technology. I'm so glad to see you all here. Okay, welcome. So my name is Micaela. I'm part of the remote teaching team.
Hello, my name is Julio.
My name is Teresita. I know some of you already.
Hi, I'm Magda.
Fantastic. All right, let's get us started then. So here we are. In the meantime, while we wait for more people to join, please write in the chat box what your name is and where you are from. Yes? For example, my name is Micaela and I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Okay, Chascomús, lovely.
Magda from Chascomús, Gabriela from Brazil. Oh, we're international
Great,
now.
Gabriela.
Analia from Buenos Aires.
Nice.
Ursula Ángel, Maria Cristina from Buenos Aires. And Giselle from Argentina too.
Fantastic. The question here is, how do you feel about teaching writing online on the drama scale? All right, see, if you are more like 6 or 9 or, 4, which looks like that's right. In this session today, we will explore different writing subskills and we'll dive into some challenges and think of possible solutions. And we'll focus on Jamboard today. Will be our style for writing and free writing tasks then. So, what word comes to mind when you think of writing subskill?
It's very important that we start creating or designing our activities. We start exactly thinking about what we want our learners to achieve by the end of this activity or the process or each of the activities in our lesson plan. So yes, creativeness, it's important. But what other things do you think that learners should activate to start writing? Effectiveness, yes. A successful writer should be effective. Thank you, Gabby.
Exactly, but think more of the steps that learners need to be creative, effective. What do you think?
What about the previous knowledge of learners? Very nice. Very nice, Andrea. Yes, brainstorming. Yes, exactly. Those are both different things that we need to activate in our learners in order to have them successfully write. We need to make informed decisions when they are writing. Yes, very nice. And related vocabulary. Yes, activating schemata and activating some previous knowledge. Yes. Now here I'm going to show you. Here we have a list of different. Well, I think that framework fits in one of the categories that we will present you afterwards. So maybe I'm going to show you now. Please, Mika. A list of different subskills that we have that are related specifically to writing. For example, I think as Paula mentioned, maybe layout is related to this framework. Every writing genre has a different layout. So, and it is important for learners to identify how this layout portrays. For example, it's not the same when you read a dictionary or when you read a menu restaurant. Okay, the layout of the information is different, and learners should be aware of this. The content, again, it's very similar, but here, what type of vocabulary are we using for each for the genre we are writing? The style. Is it a formal writing? Is it an informal writing, a formal genre? On another example is organization. which is, I'm sure that many of you have already worked this sub-skill when you ask your learners to organize and use an introductory paragraph, then a development, and then you have a conclusive paragraph. Something that we will work today, the use of cohesive devices, such as linking devices. When we talk about the tenses that are regularly used in one genre or the other, and the use of anaphoric and cataphoric references, then among others. And well, all the sub-skills that are related also to the writing process, such as brainstorming, which was mentioned before, also making a draft. All these are different steps that will help us achieve our successful writing.
Definitely. And if you think of layout, for example, it's important that you make yourself questions like, what format does the type text needs to be? For example, does it need bullet points? Does it need subtitles? You know, and about the content. And do students need to know specific jargon for this genre, maybe? And yeah, as Julio mentioned, style is formal and informal and so on. And hello to the people who are joining right now. We are talking about writing sub-skills. Okay.
Now, to define our terms, let's continue to talk. Here we have a definition that we have decided it was very appropriate, and let's complete this. We have 3 blank spaces. Can you please complete it? I'm going to give you some time so that you can read this definition and tell us the missing words. Set of rules, right? Behaviors and set of rules to write. Okay. Any other volunteer? Can you tell me another one? Of patterns, native speakers, very nice. In order to express effectively. Okay, I think yeah, that was yes, that was pretty accurate. So let's check what we have. Yes, very close indeed. Now let's check what we have or blanks. The first one, like we can say that sub-skills are innate behaviors and abilities of native speakers that language learners should aim at developing in order to communicate effectively in the target language. Hey, you were very close. Okay. So, well, thank you, Magdalena. And now that we have defined this, let's go into the situation that we would like to present you today, and Micaela will continue.
Right. So what would you do in this situation? So I want you to imagine that you've been teaching online for a few weeks now, and you have noticed that your A2 adult students find it hard to write in an organized and coherent way, okay? They also told you that they like ideas when it comes to writing. My question is, how can you help them to be more effective when it comes to writing? You can write your ideas in the chat or activate the microphone. Excellent. That will work on the content. Gabby says, show model text. Exactly. To provide how a good paragraph is written. Definitely. Show them examples, models. Okay, definitely. We will talk about that now. And we address this problem with a tool, yes, a technological tool called Jamboard. Have you ever used Jamboard in your lessons?
No.
I'll give some titles for them to choose. Okay, Magdalena says yes, not yet. Gabi, you need to try yes. Google, no,
That's all.
okay. For those who answered yes, okay, I would like to ask you, what of these tools, or Jamboard tools, do you use the most? The sticky notes. Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah. Sticky notes are the star. Okay. So we've got more tools you can see. The first one is the pen tool. Yeah. Then we've got the erase tool, select, the sticky note, the most used one. And you can also add pictures. Yeah. Add image, shapes, text. I see some of you mentioned text too. And you have a laser too as well. All right, and this one, it appears at the upper part, yeah? With this arrow, what can you do? Any ideas? You can
Move forward.
add the slide. Yeah, or go to the next, go to the next slide, I would say exactly. Yeah. We've got more people joining. Hello there. Natalia and Estela. All right, yes, exactly. So now we will look at one activity, yes, that is one very simple activity, which is part of a writing lesson, yeah. I will very briefly show you the context of this writing lesson. What do you think this lesson is about? Yes. Let's see. Can you see my jumbo there? Fantastic. So this is about writing how-to guides. Yeah, it's called How to Prepare a Mate. So in Argentina, if you ask students this, they'll probably answer mate. What do you drink first in the morning? They'll say mate. Okay, so the objectives for this lesson, which you will get a copy after the session, is to describe the steps to prepare popular drinks, to use sequence connectors, and finally to write the first draft of a how-to guide. Yeah. So we will do this activity together. As you mentioned, this is a model of a text of what I expect my learners to produce in the end. But take some seconds to read and then tell me where the connector should go, yeah? Okay, Maria Jose, you're fast. Yes, the first one is first. Number one is first, yeah. Okay, then comes, okay, Martina says then. Very nice. Cristina says next. Soon, definitely. And number 5 is last. Yes, fantastic. You see? Okay, then you can ask students, what are these words? Why do they need to be there and all that? And you can also discuss types of mate around the world. Maybe Gavi, you're from Brazil, you can tell us about the chimarrão or the Brazilian mate. You know, and you can trigger some discussion there. So you can also get students to practice, yeah, get them to classify. Rio Grande do Sul, definitely, Gabi. Yes. So you can get them to classify, for example, sequence connectors to dig deeper into this topic, yeah? So in this first activity, what was the purpose of it? What was the focus? What was the subskill? What do you know? What do you think? Did we use of linkers? Exactly, Noelia. Right. It's a combination of your answers. All are correct so far. Yes. Sequence connector, cohesive devices. Are they necessary for learners to write how-to guides? What do you think? To make a simple one, yes. Yes, Paula, exactly. Yes, they are necessary. Yeah. They need to use these. It's very important. It's essential. While providing a model, says Magdalena, yes. Yeah, very important to provide with a model, as you mentioned before. All right. And last but not least, what Jamboard tools did we use? Did we use the pen? The sticky notes. Yes, yes, exactly. The sticky notes, definitely. And I also used the background I created with Canva. You will get a copy of that too. All right.
I think that we can move on to the second activity.
The second activity.
Yes, I'm going to share with you a link so that you can enter, or Teresita, if you have the link.
Yes.
You can share it with them. Thank you. Well, here we have our picture of the day. Here. So I want you to take the observations and tell me, what do you see in this picture? For example, I saw teacups. And I want you to also tell me, what actions do you see? Here, for example, boil water. Okay, first, so you can tell me an object and an action that you see in this picture of the day. You can use the sticky notes. Okay, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds for you to add your action and your object. Okay, let's see who's the first one. Basket. You're answering here. Yes, you can use the sticky notes. Yeah, add sugar. Very nice. The coffee maker. What else? You have a teaspoon. Everybody's answering in the chat. Okay. I see someone there with a pen. Remember, you can use the sticky notes here. Yes. So you have the coffee maker, the spoon. Go to the kitchen, and this is a very nice step. Okay, let's wait for a couple more. We have milk. And a different action. Yeah, a woman, yeah. People in the chat says, yes, a teaspoon, kitchen, a woman. Very nice, very nice. A kettle, yes. Okay. So, do you now you can thank you very much for participating. Pour water into this, yes, and enjoy with friends. Yes, that's pretty much why we do it. Okay, and now can you let's go back here and tell me what's the aim of this activity? You can you can answer in the chat, please. What do we expect our learners to do with this activity? Use of vocabulary, activate schemata, very nice. Picture description, yes. This type of activities trigger the use of vocabulary, exactly. Are very important that you do before you're writing. Okay, you need to activate all the knowledge that your learners already have. Okay, so that they can use it once you started your draft, for example. And what was like the star tool of this activity from Jamboard? What was the main tool we used? And sticky notes, the famous sticky notes. Very nice. So yes, we activated the schemata. We used we activated previous vocabulary. Exactly. That's another activity. Yes. What the difference? What you can see from what you can infer. Now, let's go to the second link, and so that we can finish with our third activity. So maybe Teresita, you can share it, please. But for this activity, I need 3 volunteers. You can write in the chat, please, who can volunteer. Okay, you don't have to speak. Okay, you will only write here. Okay, so thank you, Maria Jose. We have 1. Thank you, Gabi. We have 2. Come on. Okay, okay. We have 3. Well, let's while you join, let me explain this activity. Okay, with 1 more, we are okay. I think maybe Mika, if you want to join us. So we have Maria Jose, Gabi, and Liz. With Mika joining one of the
course,
teams.
yes. And Natalia.
Okay. So we have Natalia. So don't worry. We have 2 and 2. Don't worry. So for this activity, team A, which is Maria Jose and Gabi, okay, you're going to write here. You first go to the text box. And here you will write the first instruction. For an example, I would write instruction 0. For example, go to the kitchen. Okay, first, go to the kitchen.
Exactly. Don't forget to use connectors.
You need to use the connector, exactly. And once you finish, you click here, you select your red pen, and you make a check mark. When you make the check mark, your teammate can continue with the second activity. The first team with 5 sentences wins. Now, what tools are you using to write? The sticky notes or the text? The text. Very nice. And what? How do you indicate you finish your sentence? With the pen. Very nice. With the tick. Yes, very nice. And how many sentences per team? 5. Very nice. Well, now that everything is clear, let's go and start our competition. Team A and Team B. Team A, Maria and Gabi, and Team B, Liz and Natalia. And let's go now. You can start. Oof, Team B, it's already there. It's on fire, Team B. Very nice, Team B. You have your first tick. Let's go with sentence number 2. Okay, now Team A has already done a tick. Maria, to write, you use here at the bottom, you have a text box. You click here and you start writing. Yes, there are lots of things, and this is one of what we wanted you to see, that Jamboard has a lot of different tools, and it can adapt to lots of different activities. It's very similar to what I think that we most miss, which is our whiteboard in the classroom. And then add some sugar, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Last but not least, select your favorite team. Very nice. Well, I think that Team A has already won, and thank you for the participants. And now, can you tell me? Yeah, this is a big tick. You already won. Now, what tools did we use here? Yes, the pen, the text. Yes, exactly. We use those tools. First time ever playing Jamboard. Very well. It was my very nice, Gabi. Thank you. Well, and now that we worked on this, what sub-skill do you think we aim to develop? Is this like our last version of a text? Or this is just the first part of a text? Yes, this is a draft, exactly. So you can use these type of activities to start drafting a first part with your learners, and then you go on with the rest of the writing. Yes, a collaboration strategy. Yeah, there were lots of different things that we could use here in this activity. And now, I don't know if you can start presentation.
Yeah, we should start rounding off because
Yes,
we've got a time limit. So, people, what skills did we work on then in the whole session?
Use of linkers, grammar, imperatives, your vocab. Yes. What other writing? What about activity schemata? Remember, not only this activity, but what sub skills we practiced in the previous activities too.
Definitely. Exactly. They are all sub skills. Exactly. That learners need in order to write this John Bradbury's how-to guide. Yeah, brilliant. And what about Jamboard? What are the benefits of using Jamboard for writing and rewriting tasks? What do you know? What do you think? Working collaboratively, definitely. It's visual, says Maria Jose. I agree. And it's fun. All right. Of course, yes. And you would agree also that it is of easy access for everybody. You know, I just shared a link and you could access to it. And it can be used for brainstorming, for structured organization, for collaborative and individual tasks as well. It's engaging, definitely, I agree. So very briefly, could you share with us 3 ideas that you will implement or 3 strategies you liked and 1 question you still have? Not time consuming for teacher, exactly, Stella. It's not some time consuming. Yeah. Using Jamboard for activating vocab. Good. For prediction. Lovely. The idea of working with pictures and how learners to use is taking us to write what they see. Fantastic. Great. Any questions For storytelling, said Maria Jose. Yes. Okay, so Teresita sent you a form for you to leave us your name and last name. So you have a certificate, yeah, of attendance to this session. It makes writing simple. I love this, Andrea. Yes, exactly. All right, perfect. So we hope that this is your face when teaching writing online now. Look, would you think so? Would that be your face? Oh, plenty of more ideas in the chat. Where it works out in a cell phone. I hope so, Paula. A question by Stella, how it works out in a cell phone? It works in a cell phone too, but that's a very good question. I honestly never used it, and it's probably not how would you say, not a good idea to use in cell phone. So if your students use cell phone, you will probably just share your screen and do it teacher-led activities as I did at the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for attending the session, and remember we will be in touch soon. Yeah, send you your certificate, and we also share a link to Google Classroom for you to access all the materials. Yeah. So have a nice afternoon. It was very lovely to meet you all. Bye-bye.